I just wanted to come on here and talk about what I'm going to refer to as silent suffering. What I mean by that is that when you're going through something like a cancer diagnosis, I think a lot of people are really confused about what to say to you, what's the right thing to say, what's the wrong thing to say, which ultimately there's not anything wrong to say. I think that anytime that you want to reach out to somebody and offer them support, the best thing that you can do is just do that with good intentions. And I think that ultimately that is what's going to read through every time. So, hey, I've been thinking about you, hope you're doing okay. All of those sorts, I was thinking about you, all of those sorts of things I think are incredibly important. And it doesn't need to be this profound, you know, thing that people say. But I think that regardless of all of that, for somebody going through something like this, at least for me, I'll speak for myself, is that I feel this overwhelming need to kind of downplay how I'm feeling so that it doesn't make the other person uncomfortable or sad or, kind of cause this whole spiral of emotion on their end, which will cause me to become emotional. And so oftentimes, regardless of how I'm feeling inside, I tend to mask what's going on and at least say, well, like it's been kind of a difficult day, but everything's fine. Like, thank you for asking. Just because it will avoid asking further questions or causing an emotional response. And it also kind of stops somebody else from kind of digging deeper into what's going on. And so it's almost like a sense of self preservation. Um, I want to make a big effort to stop doing that. I think that it doesn't help me and it doesn't help the other person. And let me be clear, nobody makes me feel that way. I feel the need to do that. And so I think that for me, as I get further into my journey, I think it's going to be really important for me to be honest, not only with other people, but myself, and really come to grips with the fact that today I may be in amazing spirits and feel great and feel strong and feel like nothing's wrong. But there are many days that I wake up feeling like absolute shit. And I cry all day. I can't get out of bed. I don't know what to say or do. And it's not what you see here in these videos when I've worked myself up to, give everyone kind of like the best version of me where I'm not scared, or appear not scared. I think that I'm kind of realizing this in the comments that I see in my videos, and whenever I'm talking to my friends, everyone's like, "Oh my God, you look so great. You're so positive. You are inspiring. Like, I can't believe that you're just, doing this." And that's not necessarily a lie, but I feel like that one thing that we forget to kind of really highlight and show on things like social media or in short interactions with friends is how much this experience tears you down. And there's not really anything that can be done about it, or at least I've not found anything personally that works for me. I'm working on finding a therapist, which I think will help. I also take medicine for anxiety and panic attacks before this, but definitely, it's been much more helpful, I think, now more than ever. But, I'm going to make a commitment to having even more honesty whenever I'm talking about how I'm feeling, because that, I think, is when people really have the ability to support you in a way that's more meaningful and you're not suffering in silence. So if that's you and that speaks to you, I'm going to encourage you to do the same thing and not censor yourself or feel like that you have to put on any sort of show for anyone. I just have to take people at their word that if they're asking me how I feel, they genuinely want to know the real answer so that they can go on and support me in a way that is real, and is going to have some actual impact. So for everyone who continues to reach out to me and say that I'm, look great and I'm positive, please don't stop doing that, because it is helpful in ways. But at the same time, know that there's much, much, much more to this experience than, the short little sound bites on a video like this, or, a short interaction in passing. So give me some grace, give me some you know, time to kind of sort through how to make this work, because it's really difficult processing and managing emotions, wanting to stay positive, wanting to push through in a meaningful way, and not let myself get into a really dark negative place. But it is important to process all of the emotions, whether they be good or bad. And I think that that ultimately is the way that I'm going to be able to process through this in a healthy way that is acknowledging all parts of this journey and not choosing to hide away or suppress any sort of thing that I perceive might be negative. So just want to give everyone encouragement, and put myself out there, and talk about how that experience is like for me. And just want to hear how you kind of process through that as well. And for every single person out there who's being supportive of someone who's going through cancer treatment, cancer diagnosis, it's scary as hell. And every single time that you reach out, even just to say hello, makes a difference. There's no perfect thing to say. So if you're ever just thinking about someone, just reach out to them. It makes a huge, huge difference. All right. Love you guys. Talk soon.